Okay, I would like to start my second video, which would be my IV piggyback video. We are going to be using this. This is going to be our cefazolin sodium. So just to start off, I would check the expiration date. Obviously, it is still good until 2022. I'm going to check this against the doctor's orders, obviously. I am going to make sure the order says, it's correct. It's going to be 50 cc's over 30 minutes with 10 drops per ml tubing is going to be used with this. Again, this is just a brief video to show you that this is the bag that's going to be used for the cefazolin. What I would do with this bag, obviously, for patient safety, is I would, excuse me, check the bag for any abnormalities, discolorations, anything that would, indicate that something is going on with this bag. Anything that would cause a concern, any leaks, anything like that. The bag looks good. I would then proceed to label the bag with the date, initials, time, prescribed rate, start time, and anticipated end time. But I would only do that after I did the 5 rights and made sure everything else was in order. So with my patient, I still have my arm over here. I did disconnect my patient just until I get the tubing correct. I still have my patient. This is Ellen Davis. Her date of birth, 9/1964. She does have 2 identifiers. Miss Ellen Davis is alert and oriented. Again, I just disconnected her because I want to make sure that the IV is running smoothly before she gets her 2 bags that she's going to be getting simultaneously. So I just want to make sure that's correct. So again, I just want to talk a little bit about the cefazolin mainly, but also for patient safety, obviously do the 5 rights, right patient, time, dose, med, route. Did the 2 identifiers, make sure everything there is okay. I will be washing with the hand sanitizer, and my gloves are there ready. And again, like I said, I just wanted to mainly talk about what we do with the bag, but this will be done as long as the 5 rights are first done, which are A+. Okay, so here we go. So I do have my second IV administration kit. Let me just use some hand sanitizer. I just want to wash. I know from reading the book, it does kind of say you can set up prior to putting on gloves, but I personally like donning gloves from the beginning. I mean, you can never be too safe, but I know they say that you can set up first and then don, but it's just a personal preference. I just prefer to don my gloves ahead of time, if that's okay. So I got my arm here still. Again, everything is good. The 5 rights have been done. Patient, right patient, time, dose, med, route. The site looks good. I don't see any signs of phlebitis, infiltration, no hematomas, nothing that would indicate that the original sodium chloride may have had a bad reaction. I don't see anything there, so that is excellent. Okay. Talked to Miss Davis already. She let me know she has no allergies. The only thing she's allergic to is pollen, and again, hopefully there's no pollen in here on any of our clothes or anything like that. I would close the door, close the curtain. If there was, someone else in the room, sometimes people share rooms. Again, I have already verified that this bag is safe. This cefazolin is good. There is no discolorations, nothing's indicating that this bag is a no-go. The expiration date is on the bag is good as well. So now we are going to move to our secondary IV kit. I can get this open away. Okay. And we have everything we need in here. Now this, I should be able to put it up there, but basically, I know I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but the primary bag needs to hang lower than this. So this will flow. So this is what this is for. So you would put this on your hoop, and then you would, I'm going to put the 500 milligram bag on here. But I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but I will make sure that you see me do it. Now, again, I do save these. I prefer to save this label so that I may be able to use it later on. So I'm going to go and get my bag. I close the clamp. Let me see. Close the clamp. Open this. Take this one off. Keep everything clean. This is part of the reason why I like to wear gloves, because, you know, you never know. You know, for example, when I did that, I missed. And I'm an honest enough nurse to say that. But I'm glad that I had on my gloves because it didn't, you know, didn't get dirty. So fill this up halfway. This is clamped. This is good. And I am just going to go over and get the bag. I am going to remove my gloves. When I come back, I will wash back. We'll wash in and don gloves again, okay? I'll be right back. Okay. All right. Now, I'm just washing back in. So I'm just washing back in. Just gonna get some gloves. All right. Now, I've washed back in. I now have both of my bags here. Okay? So, they are compatible. This tubing that I have is compatible. I'm just putting this in my sharps container. My sharps container is there. So, this is Y compatible with this. So, this is okay for me to use. And again, I know that I did say it, but just to say it again, the two identifiers, I have identified the patient. She is alert and oriented. I'm not concerned that this is not the right patient at this point. So I'm going to keep this because I could use that to label. And matter of fact, if this would stick, even though it isn't, this would be it. So I'm going to use just a piece of tape instead, because I guess that one, it's just, it doesn't stick like the other one did. So this tape will just be an indicator that this was labeled with my initials and today's date. Okay, now this is going to get cleaned. Clean, 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 clean with alcohol. I like to make sure these things are clean because infection, you know, I don't want germs. I want everything to get, you know, out of there as much as possible. No germs. So remove this cap. This is compatible with this. Put this on. Okay. Now, this is labeled. This is ready to go. This, when I hang it up, it's going to kind of look something like this. But before I do that, I need to make sure I open this clamp, the cefazolin, because this is still primed from before. So I don't need to worry about this right now. But this, I need to open this and make sure this mixes with the other stuff. I do see it going down there. And it did go down the tube, so that's good. Okay, now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to hang these up, show you that they're hanging, make sure that they're both flowing freely through here, and I will be right back. Before I do anything, I just want to make sure that you do see this whole time. The original bag, I did put a cap up there for antiseptic purposes. So just in case this falls, hit the floor, you always want to make sure that there's a cap on the end of this. Now, I have these hanging up. Here's the antibiotic. Everything is primed nicely. As you see, this is hanging a little bit lower. They are both labeled. Both have labels. The connector is compatible, open. No issues there. I'm just going to reposition my camera back to my patient and we will finish up. Okay, so prior to me putting this cap back on, I would rub vigorously both of these with an alcohol wipe, then connect them. Again, we want to stay sterile as possible. I would do that for infection purposes, as I stated before. So this is still set up from the original infusion that was going. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to see if I could reach it to make sure, excuse me, I'm just going to run this and make sure this is flowing good. And we have an IV that's flowing. Let's see if I can, there we go. And that is pretty much it. That is the second portion of connecting a Y connector, having a patient get 2 different medications at once. It's still up there. Good, no issues. The drip rate is still the same for the sodium chloride. The drip rate is still 50 cc's over 30 minutes for the cefazolin, and the patient is good. So we will see what happens after the patient receives her infusion. Thanks.